Alright, so Dungeons and Dragons tip today. When I'm DMing, this is something I like to do. I keep it in my back pocket for a boring night. The mistake a lot of beginner DMs make is they really focus on Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, whatever, being a really skill-based game. And really, for most people, those kind of games are not skill-based games. They're fun. They're made to just play with your friends and have a good time. So what we're going to do is, it's going to seem backwards, but we're going to reward someone for rolling bad. So let's use our fighter as an example. So I pulled our fighter out of the room I drew there on the dry erase table to highlight him, but let's say the person playing him is a friend of yours, and he's just rolling bad all night. He's been rolling 3s and 4s, he's been fumbling left and right. What we're going to do is, we're going to make him go from having a terrible night, rolling bad, and not having any fun, to really being the main person for rolling bad. So, what's going to happen is, we're going to wait for him to roll a 1, he's going to fumble, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So the first thing I've done is I've waited for him to fumble like he's been doing all night, and then I told him when he swung his sword, he missed the goblin he was fighting, and he hit a certain brick in the wall. Or it could be something cool like a bookshelf, and instead of trying to find the right book, his sword just accidentally hit it. But no matter what he did, you gotta make up the excuse. It's your job as the DM to be the storyteller. He messed up so bad that he found a secret door. And in that secret door, I've put another monster. Okay, so what you could do is you can use that monster to add another dimension to the fight. So now instead of fighting just the team of monsters that was in front of them, you have to fight this other big monster coming in from the side. And what I like to do is give that monster a pretty good treasure, like a magic item. Nothing game breaking, but something that gives you like a +1 to a save, something more utilitarian. Because what I want to happen is say he gets +1 to a save because of this magic item, and later on you're playing a game and he makes that save by 1 point. He's going to remember that time where he was rolling really bad all night, he found that secret door, he beat that monster and got that +1 item to a save that's saving him now. And it's going to bring back a lot of nostalgia, and that's what this game's all about. It's how much nostalgia from playing in the past you can bring up most of the time. So, nothing game breaking in there, just something more utilitarian. Doesn't have to be a really, really tough monster. I kind of go the moderate route, but it adds just a third dimension to the fight, and it makes the game more fun for all the players. Another thing I've done in the past is I've put an NPC in that room that was opened by accident by the fighter fumbling. And I've either had the NPC run out and help them, had the NPC kind of step back and watch, but you can use this for a lot of reasons. You can use it for him to go on a side quest. You can use it to transition out of the module you're playing. So like say, I've used this before when the module we were playing just wasn't clicking for our group. Nothing wrong with the module, maybe it just wasn't what was best for us. So I've used this to transition into a better model for our group, and it's a great way to enter an NPC. Okay, and a final way I've done this was I've had him fumble, and hit the brick on the wall or the book in the shelf or whatever secret passage candlestick that you need to pull and open the door, and in that secret room there would be a NPC and a monster fighting, and this really adds a lot of storytelling to your game, because then your party has to decide, are they going to go help that person fight the monster? What happens if that person's evil? Are they going to go try to kill them both? Or are they just going to ignore him and fight the monsters they were already fighting? It adds a lot of decisions for your players to make, and that's more decisions usually equals more fun. And again, you can then segue it into a side quest, or you could put a magic item on the monster and then have the NPC and the players argue over the magic item. There's just a lot you can do with it. Okay, and I've picked on the fighter a lot for fumbling, but say you really want to do this tip and you can't find a reason for him to fumble, maybe he just started rolling good all of a sudden, you can always pick on a ranger. That's my favorite way to do it. I pick on the ranger, and I wait for him to miss with his arrow, so he'll shoot an arrow and miss, and I'll tell him that arrow hit the book in the shelf, the right book in the shelf, and it moved it, and then the door opened. That way you can kind of force this situation. It doesn't have to be a fumble, or you can just turn it into any time someone misses. Because I've had that problem in the past. I've been like, you know what, I'm gonna do this tonight because my buddy's rolling really terrible, and then all of a sudden his rolls turn amazing and he's critting people left and right, but I still want to do this to segue into a different module or something. I'll just pick on the ranger or anyone using a ranged weapon. Alright, well that's it for this Dungeons and Dragons tip. Like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. Like us on Facebook. Comment below if you have any questions about this tip. And if you have a good Dungeon Master tip of your own, comment it and maybe I'll make a video on it. Again, thanks for watching, and stay nerdy, my friends.